You've decided it's time to buy a Tesla. Great choice. But how do you exactly go from thinking about it to actually getting one delivered on your driveway? Welcome to Tesla 101. This is my Tesla ownership series to take you from ordering to collecting to charging to become an experienced Tesla owner. In this video, I'm going to show you the full step-by-step process of ordering a Tesla here in the UK. There's no dealership, no haggling, it's just you and a device and a few clicks away. We'll cover everything from choosing the right model, whether that's new or used, what options there are, all the way down to placing your order. This is Tesla 101 and this is Ben Goes Electric. So you join me in the back of my Tesla Model 3. So let's start by heading to the official Tesla website. So head to tesla.com and first you want to make sure you're on the right country. So you can do that by going to the top right of the screen, clicking the globe and then selecting your country from the list. And for this video we're going to focus on the UK, but you can follow along if you're from another country, but obviously just notice that trim levels, colours and the models available may differ. Right now in the UK, you can order the Model 3, which is their smaller saloon car, and the Model Y, which is their SUV sized car. I've done a full video that you can click in the top right of the video, which has a complete deep dive into the differences of these cars to help you choose should you get the Model 3 or the Model Y. Occasionally you'll see availability of the Model S and Model X. These are Tesla's flagship, more expensive saloon and SUV models, but they're only available in left-hand drive, and it's looking that these are going to be discontinued across Europe very soon. So you might see them, you might not, but because of that, in this video we're not going to be looking at those two models, we're just going to be focusing on the Model 3 and the Model Y. As there's going to be a lot of info in this video, we're going to be splitting it into chapters. You'll see the chapters on your YouTube bar, so you can go and skip to the part that is most interesting and needed for you, or of course you're free to watch the whole video. So when ordering a Tesla directly, you have two options. You can order a brand new car through their configurator where you can spec out the exact colour and trim that you want, or you can buy from their certified pre-owned, so a collection of older models sold at obviously a reduced price, but of course you're limited to the spec and colour that they have there. For now we're going to be focusing firstly on the new cars and we'll get back to the pre-owned cars later. So let's start by looking at the Model 3. So to go to the configurator for a brand new Model 3, go up to the top on Vehicles and you'll see the Model 3 and then select Order underneath that and it'll bring you to the configuration page for the Model 3. So this is the configuration screen of the Model 3. As you can see in the middle you've got your picture of the car that you're configurating, and then on the right hand side you've got all the information about the car, including the options that you can pick. So the first section is obviously this section here, which is the main trim levels and the pricing here. So talking about pricing first, depending on how you're going to pay for the car, you can change that information. By clicking the button here, you can see for personal and business, you've got obviously cash, you've got leasing, you've got PCP, and then obviously a full hire purchase or HP of the vehicle. So I'd recommend, depending on how you're going to configure it, you can select here and it'll update the prices here. So again, you can see the difference when you configure the car of the price increasing to keep it within the budget. So we've taken PCP here for an example. You can then edit the actual terms by clicking this button. So here you can change your down payment, your monthly terms, and then your mile allowance. And you can see the APR here, and then obviously the financed amount. And at the moment, Tesla are actually giving you an allowance deposit of £3,000. So a great time to buy one. So then first is, what actual trim do you want? Obviously you've got the rear wheel drive, the long range rear wheel drive, the four wheel drive long range, and then the performance. So Tesla basically split these when it comes to kind of features into two different categories. So you've basically got the single motors, and then you've also got then the dual motors. So what do I mean by that? So the dual motors do get a few benefits, obviously other than the power performance. They actually end up with a better speaker system and then a better interior trim on the door cards. So if I switch to the interior view, I'll just show you that. So here we've got the rear wheel drive, so a single motor via Tesla standards. Same with the long range rear wheel drive. So if you're looking at the door trim here, but as soon as you switch to one of their dual motors, you can see you get a lovely kind of suede effect on the door trims, and that's the same with the performance as well. So two little things, but if that matters to you, then obviously you can look it towards a dual motor more than the single motors. And then coming to the speaker system, by standard, I think you get 9 speakers in the single motor variant, and then that's upgraded to a 17 speaker system with subs in the dual motor cars. So obviously, going from the top, you've got the rear wheel drive, and at the top here you can see the range, which is WLTP, which isn't the most realistic range, but it's a good guidance. If you want to see the actual range you'll get, watch my full depth video of the Model Y versus Model 3 buyer's guide as I go through the real world range figures for each of them. So yeah, a basic summary here. So the rear wheel drive, so you've got the smaller LFP battery, which can be charged up to 100%, so you're more likely going to get the full range here. Obviously it's got a single motor on the rear, which gets you 0 to 60 time of 5.8 seconds. If you need a bit more range, you can step up to the long range rear wheel drive, which obviously gets you the bigger battery pack, which is 75 kilowatts usable, and a more beefier rear motor, obviously reducing that speed down to 4.9 seconds. Then obviously you've got the long range all-wheel drive, getting you an additional motor on the front for 4-wheel drive, and then dropping that 0 to 62 second down to 4.2 seconds. And of course you want to go all the way up to the top, you've got the Performance Model 3 as well, which also, as you can see, tells you get your performance upgrade. So obviously you're getting that performance drive unit, but then you're also getting by default 20-inch alloy wheels, and we'll come to wheel options in a bit. So you can't actually change the wheels on this model. You are, I wouldn't say stuck, but you have these obviously more performance wheels with the bigger brakes. You get obviously adaptive suspension, the car sits lower to the ground as well. You've got obviously some differences as well. So you can see the front splitter, and you've got kind of aero intakes at the side when you compare that to your normal one here. So you get a more performance stance. And then if we switch the image to the back as well, you get a spoiler on the back as well compared to the normal car. So more beefy exterior, and you also get the performance badge as well. Interior, you do get the performance seats as well compared to the normal seats. The normal seats are very comfy, but you know, more bucket seats for when you are doing more aggressive turns will keep you in place more. So that's a few differences. And also here you get the carbon kind of fibre kind of trim here, and on all the other trims you get more of a fabric style, which is the same as in these doors of the single motor cars. So that's a few differences. So obviously if you are going to performance, you can see you do get some big differences compared to the normal ones, as in all the other 3 trims look identical on the outside, other than the all-wheel drive getting a dual motor badge, whereas the other 2 cars get no badge on the back. So once you've picked your trim that you're going for here, for an example, I will keep it with the long range wheel drive. You can then choose your colour, simple as. So across all the trims you get the same colours. So by standard it is this stealth grey colour, so that's standard across all the trims here. Next you've got the deep metallic blue, and at the moment if you get the rear wheel drive, that's also included. So the rear wheel drive base model, you get these 2 colours for free included, no additional charge, but for the rest of them is an additional charge, and for the blue it's an extra £1,300. You've also then got black, which is this new diamond black, which has this lovely shimmer to it. I haven't got any pictures of it because it's very new in the UK, but if you like black cars, you will definitely love this. You then obviously got Pearl multi-coat white as well, which is the colour of my car. Lovely car. This used to be the standard colour, but now Tesla switched it to be stealth grey in line with across the world. So you don't see as many new white Model 3s or Model Ys, but you'll obviously still see a lot that used to be the 3 colour, but yeah, still 1,300. So the first 3 colours here are an additional £1,300. And then you've got there, as I'd call, premium colours next, which are the Quicksilver, which is an extra £2,000. And then also you've got Ultra Red, again, £2,000. So you've got a lovely choice of colours there. Like I said, this is same across all the trim levels. Same pricing, other than the rear wheel drive getting those 2 colours for no additional cost. And the thing is, you can also see at the bottom here the price updates due to the options as well, so your monthly cost will update with that, which is good to see, so you can kind of keep in track, keep in budget as well. Next option are the wheels. So rear wheel drive, long range rear wheel drive and long range all wheel drive get 2 options of wheel. By default, you get these 18-inch Photon wheels, which come with Michelin tyres, if I'm not mistaken, e-Primacy tyres. So these are the default wheels, so they've got aero caps, or aero hubs, so you can pull them off, which expose the alloy, and then you can actually put in either different third-party aero caps, or you can have the exposed alloy as well, and I think there's like a hubcap kit that covers all the nuts and bolts. If you're looking for something a bit more, say, sporty, you can upgrade to the optional 19-inch Nova wheels, which give them a unique look. I think these come with Hankook tyres by default instead of Michelin's. So yeah, you've got a bigger wheel, of course, and these haven't got aero covers, so you can't exchange them, but you can still like paint them, for an example. But of course, important to note is bigger wheels and more exposed wheels, of course, lead to less range. As you can see below here, it drops the range down from, I think it was, 436 down to 398 WLTP. So obviously it's a balance between kind of style and range and efficiency. You know, it's completely down to you which one you'd want. I stuck with the 18-inch because I'm going full for efficiency and range, but some people prefer the look of the 19-inch. Next, you can have a tow hitch if you want. So to allow you to tow the car for an additional £1,300, it's a simple tick box there, and that gets installed by Tesla. So you can option later on to get this installed, but it's advised that obviously you do that if you are speccing the car straight from the get-go. So tow hitch option there. Next is the interior. Scrolling down takes you to the interior. Very simple. By default, you get black seats and the darker kind of door trim and the trim on the dash as well. You can opt for the white seats, which Teslas are known for. So it gets your black and white interior. So you get obviously the same faux leather kind of seats, but they're in white now, and that faux leather extends to the door card trims as well. And then the actual trim on the dash, same material, but it's in a lighter colour, as you can see. So I spoke about the all-wheel drive models getting a more premium interior on the black. So like I said, if I just drop down here, you get that lovely kind of suede feel. But if you go for the white interior, you get the exact same faux leather interior, no matter if you're getting the dual motors or the single motors. So that's something to think about. So these are the white seats. Very easy to clean. I wouldn't be scared of them. You know, any spills or anything, you can just wipe them up very easily, and they keep very well. They don't really discolour. I've seen cars that, you know, approaching 7-8 years old and they still look fantastic. So don't be scared of the white seats. It brightens up the cabin. I mean, you've already got a glass roof by default, but it kind of just stands out compared to the black, but an additional £1,100, and as you can see what that does to the price at the bottom. So next are the autopilot packages. So by default, you get basic autopilot, so that has the auto steer and the traffic aware cruise control, so it'll keep the car safe distance from the car in front, and will also steer in the lanes to keep it in the middle. So that's included, don't have to pay anything. That's what I've got in my car, and that's what everyone knows as autopilot. For an additional £3,400, you can step up to enhanced autopilot, which gives you the base autopilot, of course, as well, but you also get navigate on autopilot, as they call, so it'll drive from kind of slip road to slip road, which can work pretty well. I've seen it on other people's videos, and you know, it's a decent feature to have. It's not perfect. It's quite an old software now, since Tesla is focusing on full self-driving. You can also have auto lane change on that, so you just flick the indicator and the car will change lanes for you, and it'll even suggest a lane change if you're, for example, stuck behind a truck without disengaging autopilot. You also have auto park as well, your standard feature you see in a lot of cars where it can scan spaces and will park for you. And then you also have summon, and this they call dumb summon and actual smart summon, where dumb summon is where you can move it in and out of like a space while you're outside the car, and actual smart summon is where you could stand at the start of a supermarket and you could summon your car to you, which does not work in the UK yet. So it's quite a pricey package. As you can see, it bumps the price up quite a lot. Would I say it's worth it or not? It completely depends to you. I don't think it is at the moment, but for an extra £3,400, it's quite a lot. And of course, like I said, a lot of features don't work very well in the UK. It's an older software package as well, so don't expect that kind of full self-driving that they have in America for this. It just has a few nice features. If you want to use auto park, or you want the auto lane changing, then definitely spec it, because without the auto lane changing, if you change lanes, it will disconnect autopilot, and then you've got to restart auto steer when you change lanes, so it can be a bit annoying, but it's completely up to you. Next is full self-driving. So that includes everything that I've highlighted, but it includes traffic lights and stop sign control, so it can detect if the lights are green or red and it will stop the car. Normally it does not work very well. I would not really recommend you get this unless you're future-proof, because it's not the full self-driving you're seeing in America. It's the very old version that doesn't work, but of course when FSD does come to the UK and you've already spec'd this, you will get that included. But the way it works in America, there is a subscription, so maybe when full self-driving comes out, you will get the subscription, and it'll probably be cheaper than adding that on, because it really increases the price up by a lot, because it's a £6,800 package. So it's not the best package to get, but it's completely down to you. Moving on, you've then got the last few things. We can scroll. So charging, you've got obviously the two charging options. So if you've not sorted out a home charging solution, then you can get Tesla's wall connector here for £475. That is just the connector in a box. You don't actually get it installed, so you'd have to get a certified electrician to install that for you, but it's good that you can get that included, and that will get delivered to you before you even get your car, if your car's not available immediately, so you can get that set up before you take a delivery. If you can't have a wall connector, you can also get the mobile connector, which is just basically a 3-pin plug into any socket in the house and can charge your car very slowly, mind you, but it's better than using the expensive network of public chargers. It's always good to charge at home where it will be cheaper. So you can spec either or both, it's completely up to you. And these are paid directly to Tesla straight away, so they're not included in the monthly payments. You just pay the additional price straight away. Finally, there's accessories, so you can get some center console trays or a roof rack. I've got the center console trays, which I think I featured in my accessories video, if you want to go and give that a watch. And roof rack, of course, you want to carry roof boxes there. So, as you can see then down at the bottom, you can enter your registration postcode, which will give you the ETA of the vehicle. And then you can see your monthly price here, and obviously if you're on a PCP or lease, you can see the terms there. You can see any accessories that you've added and the order deposit, so it'll show you how much is due today. And of course it says here, obviously if you lease your vehicle, it'll be fully financed by a third party, and the order fee will be refunded after delivery. So that's important to note. So Tesla don't finance the vehicles, they send you to a third party financer, and you deal with the leasing agreements once you place the order. So then it's as simple then as just double checking, so you can see the pricing details, you can see everything that you've stated here and what you've got and the price of it. For each car you also get 30 days of premium connectivity included as well, so live maps and be able to use the music services and stuff. After that it's $9.99 a month. Would highly recommend you get that. Just a simple subscription, you don't have to use it, of course. You can pair it to your phone's hotspot and use it that way, but there's still some features that you can only use using premium connectivity. You can even click it here and it will give you full details of what you get with premium and what you get without it. So that is as simple as it gets. So that's configuring a Model 3. So there's your Model 3. You can look through the pictures right there. Any questions, you can talk to Tesla down here, and as soon as you're ready, you basically can press the order button and get on the road. Wait, before you press that order button, would you like some free supercharging? Well, make sure you use my referral link down in the description below. It'll currently give you 650 free supercharging miles when ordering a Model 3. Simply use the link, select the country, and then select the Model 3, and just make sure that when you select that, it says that my referral has been applied, otherwise you won't get those free supercharging credits. And that just makes your EV journey even cheaper, so you can drive for 650 miles for completely zero cost. So this is the configuration screen for the brand new Model Y that came out earlier this year. You can see in the middle you've got the main display of the car with multiple pictures. You can look around, front and back, the wheels, the interior and the back seats. So on the right hand side you've got your options that you can spec the car with. So we'll start at the top. So right here you've got the trim levels, all three of them on the Model Y with the pricing next to it. And then here you can change how you're going to pay for the car. So you've got obviously your personal and your business, so you can pay with obviously cash, you can lease the car, you can PCP, or you can hire purchase HP the car. And then clicking on these will update the price, so you can see here will be the monthly price you pay PCP. And then down here you've got the actual terms of the PCP agreement, and then you can edit them here. So by clicking that, you can choose your down payment, the term length, your annual mileage, and then you can see the APR, which is at 0 at the moment. And Tesla will give you a £200 deposit allowance. So it's a great time to get an order in now for our Model Y. So I'll stick on PCP here. The price is also shown at the bottom here as well with the full purchase price of the car. So Tesla have three options here for the Model Y, which is the rear wheel drive, the long range rear wheel drive and the long range all wheel drive. How Tesla kind of differentiate these, you've kind of got the single motors and then the dual motor car. So the dual motor car, not only having an additional motor on the front, giving you fast acceleration, will also give you some more premium features on the inside. So you'll get more premium door cards, and you also get the improved speaker system, which on the base car is 9 speakers, and then on the dual motor cars you get 15 speakers with subwoofers. So it's it's not just the actual power of the car, you do get a better speaker system. So if that's something that's important to you, then it's probably worth looking at the dual motor vehicle, because the speaker system on the dual motor cars which I've got is amazing. So then you can see, so with the rear wheel drive you get the smaller battery of course, and you get the range here at the top, which is WLTP. So it's the official mileage but not the realistic mileage. If you want to see the realistic mileage, you can watch my full in-depth video guide of the Model Y versus the Model 3, where I break down the real world mileage you should expect from each of the cars. But of course you get the slower motors, and you get the smaller battery of course, but still gives you a range that Tesla say of 311 and 0 to 60 speed of 5.6. You can step up to the rear wheel drive long range, which then boosts the range all the way up to 387, and then a slightly faster 0 to 60 time. I think it's got a slightly more powerful motor, and it's actually lighter as a car because it uses NMC battery technology, whereas the rear wheel drive uses LFP. But the benefit of LFP is you can charge these cars up to 100% more often. They actually like that, whereas the NMC batteries you want to keep as a daily rate at about 80%. So take 80% of that will be the range that you get on your daily driving. And then of course you've got the long range all-wheel drive, which drops that 0 to 62 down to 4.6. But obviously you get slightly less range because it's less efficient, because it's got 2 motors. An option after delivery, you can't spec it here. So with the all-wheel drive, you can get acceleration boosts on the Model Y, which will drop that 0 to 60 seconds all the way down to 4.2 seconds as well. So if you want an even nippier experience, then of course get the all-wheel drive, and the acceleration boost isn't available on the other 2 trims. So next are the colours. The colours are standard across all Teslas, so by default you get the stealth grey colour, which you can see here. So that's included with all the trim levels, no matter which one you go for. After that, you've then got Pearl White Multi-Coat for £1,300, which is the colour my car is. It's a lovely colour. It used to be the default colour, so you'll see a lot of Teslas in this white. But of course now you'll start seeing a lot of Teslas in the stealth grey. So if obviously you want to stand out, then a new Model Y in white aren't very common because again it's a paid for colour. Next you've got Diamond Black, same price. It's a new black, so it's not just solid, it's kind of got nice little shimmers, and as I say, kind of looks like diamonds in the actual paint. Pictures I've seen, it does look stunning. So if you like a black car, then Diamond Black is the way forwards. You've then got Deep Metallic Blue, or Deep Blue Metallic, sorry. Again, same price. Again, you don't see many Model Ys in this colour. It's a lovely colour as well. And then for Tesla's premium colours, you've got Quicksilver for an extra £2,600. And then you've also got Ultra Red for the same price. So these are their premium colours, but both look absolutely gorgeous in person. So next are the wheels. So you've got the standard 19-inch cross-flow wheels. So these have got aero covers on that you can pull off and change for third-party ones, or you can obviously run them exposed. But these obviously are the base smaller wheels, which will give you the best efficiency and range, of course. You can upgrade them, of course, to the 20-inch Helix 2.0 wheels for an extra £2,100. So these obviously are a bigger tyre. They haven't got aero covers, so they're less efficient. So you will get a bit less range, but obviously give you probably a more sporty look, a more different look of how you see it compared to the standard wheels. But of course, expect slightly less range using the bigger wheels. One note is on the rear wheel drive, you only have the option of the 19-inch. You can't actually get the bigger wheels on them. So if you do want the bigger wheels, because you're not a big fan of these black wheels, then of course you will have to step up to at least the long range rear wheel drive car. Next option is a tow hitch again. So if you need to tow anything, then just click the option box and get the tow hitch installed. You can get this done later at a service centre, so I'm told, but it's recommended you just get it from the outgo here. So if you need to tow anything, then there's a tow hitch for £1,090. Next option is the interior. So looking at the interior here, so you've got the basic black, but of course Teslas are known for their white interiors. So they'll give you obviously their white faux leather seats. You can get obviously the same leather extended onto the door, and then you get a more light fabric material on the top compared to the black, which just stands out. So for an extra £1,100, that is the option. Don't be scared of the white seats is what I'd say. I've been told they clean up very well. Any spills, anything, you can just wipe up with a standard wipe and it'll come up very nice. They don't discolour at all. I see cars 6, 7, 8 years old and their seats are as white as they've got them. So definitely stand out, they're definitely different from any other car and it'll give you that wow factor. So if you like that, then definitely go for the white seats over the black. But of course you've just got black if you want your black. So I did mention about the improved interior on the all-wheel drives. So as you can see here, switching to the all-wheel drive here on the door cards, you just get a more suede material compared to kind of the fabric material. Both are lovely, but obviously the suede is a bit more premium. But other than that, in the speaker system, that's the only interior difference between all the trims. No matter which one you go for, it's just that door card trim and the speakers. Next are the autopilot packages. So by default, you get basic autopilot included, which gives you traffic aware cruise control. So the car will keep a safe distance between you and the one in front. And then you get auto steer, where it will keep itself within the 2 white lines in the road. So auto steer only really on motorways, so don't expect that to do it on your standard country road. Of course, it's not full self-driving, but that's included with all trim levels. You can then step up to enhanced autopilot for £3,400, which obviously gets you everything in basic, but then you can also get what they call navigate on autopilot that will drive between motorways on slip roads and will enter motorways on slip roads on autopilot. and also lane change for you. So it'll suggest auto lane changing, or you can initiate a lane change by putting the indicator on, and of course the car will auto steer into the next lane. It works pretty well from what I've seen. It can suggest some stupid lane changes, but it's a nice feature to have. Next is auto park. So again, like a lot of cars do, it can scan spaces and park for you, no matter if that's a parallel park or a normal bay park. And then finally you've got summon, and they've split that into two, so you've got dumb summon and actual smart summon. So they say dumb summon is where you can move the car forwards and back out of a space by being outside the car, and actual smart summon is the ability for the car to drive itself out of a space to you at the front of a store. But that doesn't work in the UK due to regulations, so it's not a feature. As you can see here, this is what actual smart summon is. So don't expect that in the UK, so I wouldn't buy this package for that, because you'll be disappointed, of course. So it's got some nice things. It can, boost the price up quite a lot, as you can see here. It's, an extra nearly £100 a month. You can also spec it afterwards as well and pay the upfront price, and you can get a 48-hour trial, as they call it, where you'll get a full refund if you don't like it before 48 hours. So it's probably worth getting the car without it, and then doing that, seeing if you like the features, and then obviously you can continue, and if not, you can obviously just get a full refund. Next is full self-driving. So for £6,800, a big boost up. That gets you everything in the below packages, and also traffic light and stop sign control, so it can able to read the red lights and it will stop the car for red lights, whereas any other package won't. This is not full self-driving, as you see in the US though. This is obviously full self-driving capability. So when that update does roll over to the UK eventually, then of course if you already have this package, your car will be updated to the proper full self-driving, but that's not what you're going to get at the moment. So I wouldn't really recommend doing this at all, especially if you're not owning the car, if you're obviously only leasing it or even PCP and you're going to end up giving it back. It's more of a future-proof in price, because we've known that when they do release the full self-driving, that price will go up to probably about £10,000. But at the same time, they do have a subscription in the US, so you can, I think it's $99 a month, so it'll probably be about £99. You can then have full self-driving monthly, which ends up being a lot cheaper, especially if you can use it if you lease or PCP the car. So it's not a feature I would say get, but if you do want to future-proof your car, then you can get it. It's entirely up to you. So the next section here is charging. So of course you get access to their Tesla supercharger network, but you do need to charge at home if you can. It's the best way to keep the costs down. You can get Tesla's wall connector for £475. Just to note, this isn't with install, this is just their connector that'll get delivered to your house, and you'll have to get a qualified electrician to install it for you. But if you want that seamless Tesla look, then you can get the wall connector here. If you can't get an actual wall box for any reason, you can get their mobile connector, which is simply a free pin plug which plugs into any socket in the house and then can charge your car via the normal charging port in the car for £180, also known as granny chargers as well. They're quite slow, but of course it's a way to charge your car if you can't charge it any other way, and it keeps you away from the very expensive public charging networks. Next up, you've got accessories here. So simple as illuminated door sills, you've got roof rack and center console trays. So any of these accessories, including the charging, they are added to the due now price, so they're not added on to the monthly payments. That's what you have to pay for them now, because they are delivered directly to you rather than with the car. So you'll get all these before you get the car, which can be obviously very helpful, especially with the wall connector. So then right at the bottom, you can enter your postcode here and it'll give you the ETA for car delivery. And then you can see the monthly price with the terms here, and of course you can edit that using this button. And then obviously all the accessories here, and then your order deposit. You can then click this drop down box here and it'll tell you a breakdown of what you're getting and the price of it all. So the car and the paint, the wheels, obviously the interior, the tow hitch. And you get a 30-day premium connectivity trial with all brand new cars, which gives you nice access to things like live traffic visualizations, video streaming, the karaoke, internet browsing. And of course you can see here the difference between not having that and having it. After that, it's $9.99 a month. Of course, you don't need to get it. You can obviously connect your car to Wi-Fi, you can use a hotspot, but some of these features here are only available on premium connectivity, even if you do hotspot. So that's just a note to make. So there is your configured car, ready to go. You can scroll for your pictures, you can make sure everything's good to go there, and then as soon as you're ready, you can press that order button. Wait, before you press that order button, would you like some free supercharging? Well, make sure you use my referral link in the description below for free supercharging. I think you get 650 miles off if you order a Model Y via Tesla's website. Simply click the link in the description, select your country, and then hit the Model Y and you'll get the 650 credits when you place your order. Make sure it says it though when you order, otherwise you might not get those credits, so make sure it says referral applied. It's a massive help and of course will make your journey even cheaper for 650 free miles. A good tip to get your Tesla quicker and sometimes cheaper is to have a look at their pre-configured vehicles. So here you have a list of cars that have been delivered to the UK but haven't got an owner assigned to them yet. So of course you can get them even quicker, especially if they match the spec that you already want. They're ready for immediate delivery. Some of the cars are even ex-demo, so they've got anywhere from a few hundred, even to a couple of miles on them, and you get a decent discount for that. So again, if it matches what you need, anyway, it's worth looking at that section because you can get your car A for a lot quicker and B cheaper. So it's worth having a look. So here we have Tesla's inventory, as we'll call it, or the vehicles you can get now. So obviously once your postcode's in especially, it'll tell you exactly how soon you can get these cars. Most of them are going to be available today. So as soon as you order them, you'll be able to pick them up ASAP. So you can split them into exactly what model you're looking for. So obviously you've got all the range here, even as I mentioned, Model S and Model X. So you can see here they've got one Model S in stock with a massive reduction, but of course it's left-hand drive, but you do get free supercharging with it as well. And of course you can see they've also got a handful of new Model X's as well. So best place to look if you do want one of these vehicles, but obviously just remember that they are left-hand drive. So if I want to look for a car, so let's have a look at Model 3s. You can see the big list of them all here. So it'll tell you what trim they are here, the price, whether it's a new vehicle or demo vehicle, and the range, and then down here you can see the options that each car is specified with. So they do have a lot in stock, as you can see, and demo vehicles like this one will show you the mileage that it's got on it, and then also has a reduction of price. You can also break down to exactly what you want. So if I want to look for my car, I can select the trim, so the all-wheel drive, long range, and then the colour, and then you can see all the cars that they have ready for delivery in the spec that I've selected. As you can see, a lot of these are ex-demo vehicles, but even this one, it's only got 12 miles, has been reduced by £2,000. So you simply then click the one that you want. You can then see the price adjustment here, and obviously all the trims. You can finance these basically the same way that you can new cars, except if it's a demo vehicle, you can't lease them. You can only lease them on brand new cars. So again, brand new ones on here, you can lease, but not the demo vehicles. You can choose your autopilot package, of course, as well, because it's just a software update, so you can specify if you want enhanced or full self-driving. All the cars come with all the sensors and cameras needed, so it's just as simple as clicking a box. You can of course give yourself a wall connector or the mobile charger, and then it gives you information about the warranty on this car. You can also see the license plates. You can see there's a 74 plate as well, and then obviously it'll just tell you it meets their conditions for cosmetics and mechanical standards. You can then see the delivery location, so this one's based in Manchester, it's in transit, so it's arriving soon as well. So they do move these cars around the country as well, and some will say available now, so you can pick it up straight away. And then as soon as you're ready, you can just click continue. You obviously select how you're going to pay for the car, and then press that order button. And of course you can also use my referral there too for 650 free supercharging miles. Looking for an older model? Then you're in luck. Tesla have their certified pre-owned section of their website. A good list of the older Model S, X, 3 and Y. You can find yourself a bargain here. And all the cars here have also been upgraded by Tesla to include enhanced autopilot, giving you features like auto park, navigate on autopilot and summon, where you can actually drive the car in and out of spaces remotely from outside the car. These cars have also been fully inspected by Tesla, have an extended warranty as well for, I think it's usually about an extra year on top of the normal warranty. So let's have a look at ordering a used Tesla. So these are the pre-owned vehicles on the Tesla website. Same kind of look as the in-stock new vehicles. So you can see the list here. So you've got obviously a picture of the car, you can see where they are in the country as well. You can see the trim levels, the price of the cars next to it as well. And then you can see obviously this is a 2020 car, and obviously give it the mileage here, how many miles it's done, the estimated range, and then when it was first registered as well. And then you can also see the exact trim that this car has. And the good thing is, with their pre-owned cars, they all have been upgraded for free to have enhanced autopilot by default. So you can obviously change what car you want to have a look at here. So you've got the full range here, because of course you've got loads of old Model S's and Model X's as well to look through, and then of course Model Y's. You can obviously break down to what trim you want, the mileage, the max mileage, the year of the car, and obviously paint, wheels, etc. And you can also filter them by price high to low, the mileage high to low, how close they are to you, and then obviously how new the actual car is. We'll have a quick breakdown on the older trims of the Teslas. For a full look into them, I recommend RSEV, Richard Simon's channel, where he did a full buyer's guide for used Tesla Model 3s and Model Ys. But of course we'll have a quick look here. But yeah, I would go and have a look at his channel if you want a full deep in look. So I think the Tesla Model 3 first started around 2019. So we've got like the 2019 to early 2021 cars, so the original ones. So these ones as you can see in front of you. So they're known by the silver kind of trim, whereas they're black now, so it's silver door handles and silver surrounds around the windows. They also had the older center console design as well, which we'll have a look at here. So you can see it's got this gloss black kind of plastic trim rather than the new kind of more matted one. So obviously watch out for fingerprints on that and the condition of them. Some had phone chargers, some didn't, so again it just depends on the actual car that you have. Other than that, it's your standard Tesla Model 3. It's still got basically the same features that the cars these days have, and of course you do get enhanced autopilot. You've got heated seats as well. So clicking on here, of course you can see the VIN of the car as well. It gives you the actual trim and the specs to this car. You can also see that you do get a used vehicle warranty from Tesla, so an extra year or 10,000 miles from your delivery date, and also the battery warranty, which is still in till 2028 on this car. So first looking at the original 2020-2019 Model 3. So it started off with the standard range plus, so what we call the rear wheel drive trim these days. So it had the smaller battery and obviously reduced things, so it didn't have things like a heated steering wheel, and it didn't have fog lights at the front as well. But other than that, it was still pretty much the same as the rest of the models. So you could either have the standard 18-inch aero wheels that you can see in this car here, or you could upgrade and get the 19-inch sport wheels, as you can see in this one here. White was the default colour as well for a while, so you'll see a lot of white ones. After that, you do have the long-range all-wheel drive, as you can see here. Same kind of spec as you have these days, so dual motors. It did have obviously the premium interior, so you did have full heated seats, and you had the fog lights and stuff as well. And the same wheel options, so you can either get the aeros or the sport wheels here. And then you had the performance, so the all-wheel drive performance here. So these have the 20-inch performance wheels, and you can find these either in this light colour or in this darker colour, as you can see in this car here. So you can click on this one, yep, so 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds, so you still had the performance kind of upgrades, so the spoilers at the back and obviously the bigger wheels, but not much as the new cars with the different front splitter. Moving on to the slight refresh in 2021. So you've still got the same standard range plus and then the long range all-wheel drive and the performance. Same kind of wheel choices as well, so you know you can either get the standard 18-inch aero wheels or you can get the sport 19-inch wheels here as well. So the center console did get a slight redesign for this one. So you can see here, so you got your phone chargers there. Gone is the gloss plastic as well. Also in 2021 they changed from the American made models in Fremont to the Shanghai, so you call them the made in China models. So you can tell it's a made in China model if you obviously get the wooden dash and extends into the door here as well, and obviously the white seats have a white trim here and then into the door as well. So moving on to the Model Y, so they're around about 2022. So you have the rear wheel drive, the long range rear wheel drive, the long range all wheel drive, and then also the performance, which still hasn't been replaced yet in the UK. So all trims but the performance had two choices of wheels. You have the 19-inch Gemini wheels by default, or you can upgrade to the 20-inch induction wheels. And later on, the Gemini wheels did change from this light silver colour to a darker black colour as well to look out for. A good thing to note as well, with some of the cars, they do have full pictures of the actual car that you'll be buying, as you can see here. So you can actually look for the condition of it, but this is not available on all cars. And if it isn't, a lot of these cars, you can't see them before you buy them, which is a bit of an issue. You just have to buy it and trust that it's in the good quality that it's promised. But it's good to see for this car, you can see all these individual pictures of the Model Y. So you can see it's the same as the 2022 Model 3, same center console, same extended trim into the doors. And of course you can see the price here with the mileage and the VIN. So of course if you're looking for an older Tesla, it's a good place to go because of course you get that extended warranty as well. And you know it's going to be in good condition from Tesla directly. And finally, when it comes to financing options, of course you can pay cash or PCP or hire purchase, and you can see you can edit the terms and the down payment respectively here. So you should have your perfect car configured or found on the website, and you're now ready to click that order button. If you're ready, go ahead and do it. It'll be the best day of your life. You will not regret it. But in the next video in this series, we're going to be looking at what happens when you click that order button, from dealing with the payment or the financing of the vehicle, whether you need to trade in a car or not, how to track your car, how long it's going to take, and everything you need to do up to delivery day, which will be the best day of your life. So if that sounds good, don't forget to subscribe, click the bell icon so you don't miss out on that future video, and comment below what your ideal model and trim is of a Tesla. And any questions you have, also stick them in the comments because I'll happily answer them for you. I hope you've enjoyed this video and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.